want you to think about the size of your living room. Usually it's reasonable sized. And I'm going to tell you to take and get a hold of a single birthday candle, one little bitty candle. And I want you to take that thing, light it, and I want you to doopy a little wax, sit the candle in the hot wax, let the wax harden around it so it's got something to sit on. You can do that on a can lid or whatever, doesn't matter, something along that line so you don't burn the table up. And then I want you to set that aside, out of the way, so it don't get messed up or anything. And wait till after dark. And I want you to turn all the friggin' lights off. And I want you to think about, when you light that candle, I want you to look around how light it is in that room and how much darkness that little bitty light makes go away. And it's stated in the Bible, the light fleeth the darkness, or no, I got that backwards. That happens. The darkness fleeth the light. Think about how big your room is. Think about how much light that little bitty candle's putting out. And I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't no way. That light is being magnified by the goodness within you. If it was just and only the light from the candle, it wouldn't cover a very big area. Maybe a foot and a half in all directions. It wouldn't light up the ceiling. But in this case, it'll light up the whole room. Not possible, but it does it anyway. That's like a bumblebee can't fly kind of thing. Only this is on the same level as belief and attitude. If a person takes a happy attitude with them, people like being around just see what kind of fun and games is going to happen next. I go around, joke with everybody. They're happy to talk to me. I lighten their day up a little bit. If they refuse to smile at me, I ask them what they're, come on now, man. I took a shower today and changed my underwear and everything, and you're over frowning about something. I know I washed my feet, too, so I can't be that. What I do, I guarantee you by the time you're done with that little statement, they'll be grinning. Oh, I'm just da-da-da. I said, well, did you ever have a happy part of that? Well, yeah. Well, then, kids are a pain in the butt, but they're also a great entertainment. And if you watch them close, they're really funny. They're going to try to do adult things or things that they can't do. And watching them struggle trying to figure out how to do it is amazing. And I'm asking everybody out there to struggle a little bit. That which doesn't kill you makes you stronger, or something along that line. If you give away happiness, it doesn't matter what kind of form. Just walk around and practice grinning. Eventually, somebody's going to ask you what's going on. What are you grinning about? I zipped my fly up after I got done this morning, and I know, it ain't that. What's going on? What's up? Just tell them, look at where we live. Look, I live in the mountains. It's beautiful. Just plain, flat, beautiful all the way around. I'm kind of a laggard. I don't cut my grass like I ought to, like some people around here do. The deer eat it. I got almost wall-to-wall wildflowers, clover, things like that. And all the bugs live off of those flowers. So if I cut the grass, there's thousands of beings that rely on me not cutting it quite so often. And I looked at that and I said, well, that section over there I ain't going to cut for a while because the deer like eating some of this stuff over here. When you take that sort of attitude into life, in general, whatever it is you're doing, it's like whistle while you work or something of this nature. Sing a happy song. Things will lighten up, just like the light lightens things up. As you light up and lighten things up, other people lighten up as well. Along with that, so does the whole planet. Along with that, you accomplish things. The two scenarios are simple. Mother Earth, and the reason she's called Mother Earth, she has given us sustenance. You eat things that come out of her. You live off of things that come from her. Cotton, That's one example. The starches that they make into the plastics that cover the real cheap leather that they put into shoes. Some of the rubberoid things, like the bottoms of the shoes, are made from plants, actually. You see, you do certain chemical things to that mix of polymers, and you end up with a thing called rubber. It's a similar thing to what they use on cars for your tires. So what you have to understand is that seeing as how everybody has a mother, and I know some people probably don't believe that, and some people don't act like they do, but everybody's got a mother. And a mother should, many of them don't, or should do a better job of taking care of their young. And we've got a mother here taking care of all of us, even us adults. And we have taken a giant dump in our own nest. Mother Earth is our nest. We have done things to Mother Earth that we wouldn't do to each other because we thought we'd get away with it. We used to dump stuff. Well, now we find out maybe somebody will end up with that as a yard, and that ain't a good idea, so you put all the stuff in one spot at least. Still not a great idea. We used to dump a lot of stuff in the ocean because, well, what the heck? You can throw a gallon of paint in there, and pretty soon it's gone. But look at what happened on that oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, most of it's down below, but it's killed everything. You got three-headed shrimp. The Fukushima disaster in Japan, which was intentional, by the way, and this is really extraordinary, has polluted most of the northern hemisphere with radioactivity. Now, we got some stuff we can take care of that with, but we're going to need extraordinary help. We got planes that are broadcasting God knows what, called chemtrails. Sometimes it's heavy metal, sometimes it's other things. Imagine if we took our microbes that can eat stuff and sprayed the planet with it. It won't eat you, but it'll eat up things, like in your yard. Think about having organic pesticides that work fine and have no, and I mean zero, side effects, either on the plants, on the ground, or on us. The only thing it does is it drives the bugs away. They don't like it. It might kill some of them, it might not, but they don't like it, so they stay away from there. They get one taste of that stuff, and it's sort of like, let's see here. It's sort of like a grapefruit that you were forced to eat a bite of every once in a while when you was a kid with no sugar. Ooh. And that's the way the bug looks at that, and they don't want any more of that, so they go somewhere else and try to eat. So the answers are there. The scenario is this. If we don't do anything at all, you're talking about an apocalypse. And by an apocalypse, I mean biblical proportions. Just exactly what you saw in 2012 plus more than that. Because as I understand it, it's supposed to actually be worse than that by quite a few degrees. You're talking about the Rocky Mountains dancing over, kissing the Appalachian Mountains, both of them dancing back across the country, and then the Appalachians dancing back across again. Now, you're going to tell me you can build a bunker that will withstand that? Add a couple of miles of water when the tsunami hits. I mean, ain't no way. Man, as we are familiar with our existence, won't be anymore. Just that simple. And so, if we do get off our butts, get off the couch, and start getting things together, then we have a chance, a good chance. Now, E.T. knows the time frame. They're already starting the mass arrests on their own because we ain't doing it, and the military sitting on their butt. Now, why the military sitting on their butt? I don't know, don't care. It's time, irrespective as to where everything's in place and everything's ready or not. It's time for the good guys to start standing up and taking their action.
Well, you know what, Drake? The good guys are standing up. That's the point. I mean, there are so many of us. There are thousands of us, and the more the merrier. And I'm just saying from where I sit, I just see more people day by day by day, doing their part, and I congratulate us all for being the change that we want to see in the world, and being kind to one another. That's kind of the point.
Yeah, and I fully agree with that. However, we need the military to do their part according to the agreement they made with us.
Right.
In terms of making the mass arrests now. I don't care if they feel like they're ready. I don't care about this or that. If the military needs help, contact me. I'll send you about 20 militias wherever you need them. How many thousands of people do you need? Now, these are not idiots with a gun. These are people who are ex-military. These are people who are ex-law enforcement. These are not stupid. They will be in charge of small groups of people that they know will follow their orders according to what you need them to do. And all you got to do is say so, and we will mobilize. The people of this country are pissed, big time. Now, this, if you have enough of a group of people, I'm going to tell you this, and they're heading toward the federal building. The people in the federal building look out the back door, and there's another group coming from there. Oh, my God, we can't get away. Very simple. And you go through that office building, one floor at a time, make sure nobody gets in or out. Anybody that really tries to get in, put them in custody, too. They probably wanted to get in there for a reason. Take these people into custody. We got plenty. They built plenty of FEMA camps for us. It's their turn to experience the things they had in mind for us to an extent. We will be setting up a justice system par excellence. It will be according to real justice. It will not be according to all the gobbledygook, garbage, and falsies that have been put out as a justice system that we've had. Everybody needs to understand that. They need to understand that the 13th Amendment is a part of the original paperwork that we included when it was sent to The Hague. The 13th Amendment, the original organic 13th Amendment, talks about titles of nobility. And anybody that's a bar member, anybody that's got dual passports, and a whole bunch of other people, you got problems. Just that simple. The arrests are going to deal with people who have committed obvious crimes at first, less obvious secondly. The sweep, as it's called, will not come below about the governor level because they're going to have plenty of people. They're going to be really busy keeping up with what they got. They'll probably need our help with that. As soon as we're done with that, we need to turn around and go from the governor down. Anybody's dirty, funky, or doesn't act right, see ya. Or maybe put them in jail, whatever it takes. That includes the sheriffs. That includes everybody. So, this is going to be a rectification. We're going to resurrect the Declaration of Independence just like we resurrected it in our paperwork. We got nothing in common with you, first. Number two, we think you're ugly. Number three, we don't believe that you should be in charge of squat. Maybe your own squat, but not ours. Number four, you're going to the pokey until we can figure out exactly who you are, what you did, and what needs to be done to you or with you in terms of that. This way nobody gets their hands dirty with somebody else's, some funky thing. They're not worth the trouble, believe me. So you take care of it in that manner, and that keeps us at least righteous in terms of acting correctly. This is a societal basis of justice. This is not a religious, nor that turkey gave me a speeding ticket. I think I'll shoot him. None of that flies. The basis for justice is contained in some religious forms. Now, by that I mean certain documents that are used on a religious basis. They need to get the original paperwork out and use some of that. It does work. It is real. It is the basis for some of the justice that is real, but it's not been being used or being used against you. So, that's basically the fullest answer I can give you to that covers it as succinctly as possible.
Okay. Thank you, Drake.
Well,
that was fabulous. Okay, 2 quick questions. People want to know, who is the woman doing the video?